once told me that 80% of success is just showing up. And you, like me, did just that. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. All right, guys. Well, today I'm super excited to share with you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you guys a quick story of my mentor. He shared me the importance of setting goals. I'm also going to be sharing with you a simple 3-step process on how to achieve those goals. And then I'm going to share with you a goal setting acrostic. And then I'm going to just wrap it up in closing. All right? Okay, so a few years ago, I got out of the Air Force, and I met this, I was working as a contractor for the Navy. And one day I met this little old man. He was about 80 years old. And this guy was ambitious, successful man. He had several businesses. And he was just like lit up on life. This guy was all about just being happy and prosperous. And there was something different about this guy. And one day he was on the phone. We were working together. He's on the phone and he's talking with his wife. And he's super excited about this new project that he's doing. And I was like, man, I need to find out what this guy is doing. He's 80 years old, 80-something, and he's fired up on life. He's starting new projects. I'm like, what is it that this guy does that has made him so successful? So I asked him, I said, what is it that you do? And he said, he's Angel, do you really want to know? And I said, yeah, of course, right? He says, well, you need to go grab a pen and a piece of paper then, because I'm going to share this with you, but I want you to write it down. So I run, I go, and I get a piece of paper, and I start writing it down. I'm like, tell me what it is, because I want to be able to have that type of passion when I'm 80 years old, right? And he says, Angel, it's simple. He says, I set goals for myself. And at the time, I said, okay, all right, you set goals for yourself. That sounds good. So I wrote it down. I'm like, wow, you set goals for yourself. And then I'm like, well, what do you really mean by setting goals for yourself? Because I've heard the term before, but I really don't know what it is. And he says, okay, I'm gonna share it with you as simple as possible. He says, I use a 3-step process. And he says, okay, first, he's like, you want to set a goal. Set a goal. And then plan on how to reach that goal, and then focus. So he tells me, write this down. He says, set, plan, and focus. And I was like, okay, great. Set, plan, and focus. So I'm writing it down. And then I'm like, okay, well, how? I still don't understand what it means to set, like, what is a goal? He's like, okay, well, first, you want to set a goal. And he said, it's as simple as writing it down. You want something, write it down. I said, okay, I could get that. Okay, I'm writing it down. And then he's all, the planning part, it's also writing it down, but then you get into the reason why you want to achieve this goal and how. And he tells me, he's all, remember, the why is much more important than the how, because you're not always going to know how to reach these big goals that you set for yourself. I was like, all right, great. And then he said, focus. He's like, you're going to want to focus, and being focused is as simple as letting go of all distractions. So you want to let go of all your distractions. And then he tells me this. He says, now that you understand about setting goals, so I want you to put goals as an acrostic, and I'm going to share something with you so you could always, for the rest of your life, remember what goals is and understand it. So then he tells me, he says, get out and learn, silly. And I look at him, what? Get out and learn, silly. And then I asked him, I said, okay, well, I could get the point of getting out and learn, but why do I have to be silly, right? And he tells me, he's all, well, Angel, he's all, if you only knew. He's all, silly derives from an old English word that means blessed, prosperous, and happy. He says, Angel, you don't know how silly I am. And I look at him, I'm like, wow, okay, great. I could be as silly as you want, right? And he says, no, but I want you to focus on the word learn. He says, because when it comes to the planning part of setting goals, he's like, you're going to want to learn, continue learning. So you want to focus on learning. And then he tells me this. He says, Angel, he's all, now that you know what goals are and you understand about how to set goals and how simple it is, he's all, I want you to set the type of goals that'll make something of you to achieve them. He says, set the kind of goals that'll make you grow, make you stretch, make you get up early, stay up late, where the challenge is on. And he also said that don't just do the easy things because you won't grow. set the kind of goals that'll make something of you to achieve them. So in closing, I want to encourage you guys to set goals, continue to set goals, because I know everyone out here already sets goals. Continue to grow, and I want to challenge you guys to not only continue to grow, but also help others grow around you. And how you guys could do this is by sharing your goals, and that'll not only help you grow as a person, but also help others grow around you. So with that being said, just want to encourage you guys to continue growing. You know, it's as simple as set, planning, and focusing, and also continue to grow together. And remember to don't be afraid to act silly in the process.